Hi everybody, in this morning video from City Insider, I will bring the latest Manchester City update. Liverpool leading way to hijack Man City target. Trent Alexander-Arnold's future at Anfield is still in major doubt, having emerged as a major target for Real Madrid in the summer transfer window, and the Reds have started to look at potential replacements. The main target on Slot's side have been linked with is Bayern Munich's Joshua Kimmich, with reports from earlier this month suggesting they have already made contact with the Bundesliga side to discuss the terms of a deal. The German's contract is set to expire at the end of the season, meaning he has been attracting the attention of a number of top clubs, including Manchester City, with manager Pep Guardiola believed to be a big fan, and City reportedly moving into pole position for the deal this week. Kyle Walker is now poised to join AC Milan, meaning Liverpool's Premier League rivals may also need to bring in a new right-back at the end of the season. But there has been another twist, with the Merseysiders taking the lead back in the race for Kimmich's signature, rousing the cop relay tweets from Bild reporter Toby Altshuffle, who has revealed the Reds are still discussing a move for the right-back internally. Man City, he claims, are no longer considering a move for the 29-year-old, as they are planning to rebuild their squad with younger players after a major drop-off in performance levels this season. Altshuffle makes it clear the most likely scenario is the defender signing a new contract to remain at the Allianz Arena. But if he does decide to move on, it would appear that Liverpool is now a more likely destination than Manchester. The hope is that Trent rejects Madrid to commit his long-term future to his boyhood club, but if the 26-year-old does move to Spain, then the Bayern defender is most likely the best option to replace him. Man City plotting Kovacic replacement move. Manchester City's midfield is arguably becoming a bit of a problem. With Rodri's injury, the options Pep Guardiola has in the pivot is a select few players, with some having to drop deeper to help get by in the Spaniard's absence. The likes of Ilkay Gundogan, Mateo Kovacic and Matheus Nunes are the players who Guardiola has mainly had to rely on in the pivot. Although he has also experienced injury issues, Kevin De Bruyne has been played deeper at times, and Bernardo Silva is another player deployed in a deeper lying role. There is no doubt that City need to add to their depth in the middle of the park, and have been linked with a move for one new midfielder. One player who could fulfill City's needs is Atalanta's midfield workhorse Ederson. Now a new report indicates that there may be an opening for Manchester City to seize upon to potentially sign the Brazilian midfielder. Given that City are desperate for a midfielder, if that opening does develop, they simply must seize upon it. Jack Gon has once again reported for the Daily Mail that Ederson has admirers at Manchester City. Gon also poses a question, now that Atalanta has fallen 7 points behind Napoli in the chase for the Scudetto, is there now a chance that City could move for one of Atalanta's most important players? Furthermore, Gon adds that the City hierarchy remains skeptical that Atalanta will sell Ederson during the current transfer window. There is no doubting Ederson's importance to Atalanta. He has been a key reason as to why they sit where they do in the Serie A table. The Brazilian midfielder has also played a key role in their impressive UEFA Champions League campaign. But Atalanta have fallen behind Napoli in the race for the Serie A title. So Jack Gon's question that there may be an opportunity for Manchester City to move for Ederson is a valid one. Omar Marmoush tells Pep 5 positions he can play. Omar Marmoush has outlined his qualities and named the 5 positions he is happy to play in for Manchester City after finalising his £59 million move from Eintracht Frankfurt, and it seems Pep Guardiola is not done yet with signing number 4 and 5 still an option at the Etihad this month. The 4-time reigning Premier League champions have fallen alarmingly off their perch this season, and instead of their customary title battle are locked in a fight only for the top 4, while also facing a big uphill battle to even reach the knockout stages of the Champions League. As a result of their shock drop-off, Guardiola and co have tackled the January window head-on, having already brought in defender Abdulkadir Kusanov from Lens for £33.6 million and Vita Reis, who arrives from Palmeiras, in a £29.4 million deal. Now City have moved to bolster their attack with the capture of Marmoush, who has signed a 4.5-year deal to summer 2029 at the Etihad. City have paid Frankfurt an initial £59 million, rising to £63.4 million to land the 25-year-old Egypt forward, who will reportedly earn €16 million per year at the Etihad, around £260,000 a week. "I'm so happy to be here," he told Man City's official website. Manchester City is one of the biggest clubs in the world over the past 10 years, so it was not a question. It is an honour the club showed an interest in me, and now I'm here. The last 2 seasons have been great, but it is just the beginning for me. Marmoush has more goal involvements this season than Harry Kane, and he insists he can do a job for Guardiola in a variety of positions. I've played many positions. For the national team, I am playing left wing most of the time. At my former club, I was playing number 9, sometimes at 10 and also an 8, added Marmoush. I've also played on the right wing, so I think I can play in all the positions, but I feel most comfortable behind the striker in the number 10 position where the way to the goal is quicker, or shorter, I should say, so I am comfortable in all positions. But wherever I play, I will always give my all to try and help the team. Marmoush has also underlined his desire to help City get back to regular winning ways. My main strength, I would say, is that I always want to win, that is from a character point of view. On the pitch, I am fast, good on the ball, I try to see where the spaces are and exploit the spaces, and I'm dangerous. Man City in talks over 2 more major signings. It's been a busy January for Manchester City, and that's already a surprising scenario. We're not used to seeing City moving during the January window. It's not something Pep Guardiola or director Txiki Begiristain like to do, as the citizens usually do their business in the summer. It's always been part of their plans until this season, when they had to go big in the market as injuries have really hit Man City hard in recent months. In the past, they only completed signings for the future like Peroni, Julian Alvarez, and more. This January it has been a completely different story, but it's not over yet for Manchester City. Sources confirm in recent days that they are actively looking for a new midfielder on the market, as that position can be covered now with a loan move or a player who could also be a backup for Rodri in the future. The management asked for Douglas Luiz at Juventus, but there's no initial green light for a straight loan deal. It must include a big loan fee or an obligation to buy, otherwise Juventus insist on not letting the player leave, as Chelsea are also interested in a loan move and received the same answer. Man City also have more players on their list, but Douglas Luiz was already at the club in the past, and this is considered an important factor. It will also be important to see how the conversation develops with Juventus, and here's one more update. The Italian club anticipates Manchester City reaching out again after their first meeting last week to discuss fullback Andrea Cambiaso. He is really appreciated by City as he's able to play on the right and on the left, while his best skill is the ability to play as an inverted fullback when needed. The initial approach showed how difficult the deal is, as Cambiaso is a crucial player for Juventus and they don't want to lose him now, mid-season. But Man City's interest is absolutely genuine, and new contacts will follow to understand if possible to discuss a deal for the final days or eventually negotiate now for the summer. Sources confirm Man City already had informal contacts with Cambiaso's camp, discussing a 5-year deal with the option for a further season. But it's up to the clubs now, one to follow for the final days. And that's the end of today's video. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss daily update from my channel.